The porch light flickered like a dying heartbeat. 2:07 a.m. I was halfway through a glass of warm milk and a crossword when the knock came, soft, frantic, like a bird beating against glass. I opened the door and she fell into me. My granddaughter, Lily, barefoot, in a torn nightgown, her left cheek swollen purple, lips trembling. "Grandpa, Mom sold me," she whispered, before collapsing. I carried her inside. My hands, steady in courtrooms for 38 years, shook as I laid her on the couch. I was Judge Harold Grayson, retired. I'd sentenced murderers, dismantled syndicates. But this was family. If you're watching, smash that like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what would you do if your own child betrayed your blood? And tell me in the comments where you're listening to my revenge story from. Lily's voice was a thread. "Mom owes $40,000 to the casino. They came to the house. She signed papers, said I'd work it off at a club in the city." I felt the room tilt. My daughter, Claire, my Claire, had gambled away her life after her husband died. I'd bailed her out twice. This time, she'd crossed into hell. I examined Lily. Bruises on her wrists, zip tie marks, a barcode tattoo, fresh on her ankle, #L117. My blood turned to ice. I'd seen that code in a trafficking case 12 years ago. Same syndicate. I photographed everything, phone flash steady, timestamps locked. Then I called Dr. Patel, the ER chief. Bring her in quietly, no police yet. In the hospital, x-rays showed cracked ribs. The nurse gasped at the tattoo. "Judge Grayson, this is the network." I nodded. The network, run by Victor Salazar, a casino owner I'd once acquitted on a technicality. I'd regretted it for years. Now, payback. Back home, I opened my basement safe. Inside, my old case files, a .38 revolver, unloaded, and a burner phone. I texted Ramirez, my former bailiff, now a PI. "Salazar's trafficking again. My granddaughter. I want everything." By dawn, Lily slept under sedation. I sat at my oak desk, spreading documents. Claire's gambling ledger, stolen from her trash, a forged custody transfer, my signature, bank wires, $10,000 from VS Holdings to Claire's account. The custody paper, a masterpiece of fraud. Someone had lifted my 2018 court stamp. I called Judge Mendez, still active. "Harold, that stamp was reported stolen last year." Night 2. I wore a maintenance jumpsuit, cap low. The Golden Mirage Casino, Salazar's Palace. I'd ruled on its liquor license in '09. Now I slipped in through the service entrance. Security cam blind spots. I still had the blueprints from a 2015 arson case. I planted a micro recorder in the VIP lounge. At 11:47 p.m., Salazar entered with Claire. My daughter, laughing, drunk, counting cash. Salazar: "Kid's perfect, clean record. We move her Friday." Claire: "Just don't hurt her too bad." I nearly vomited. The recorder caught every word. Ramirez dug deeper. Salazar owned half the town, including Mayor Delgado. Campaign donations, offshore accounts. Delgado's nephew? A network runner. I needed leverage. I visited Mrs. Ortega, court stenographer, retired like me. She still had transcripts from Salazar's 2011 trial. One name kept appearing: Officer Kyle Reed, now deputy chief. He'd lost evidence back then. I confronted Reed at the diner, showed him the transcript. "Help me, or this goes to the DA." He cracked in 10 minutes. Reed gave me the network's drop house, an abandoned warehouse by the docks. Friday night, Lily would be moved. I assembled a shadow team. Ramirez, PI, Dr. Patel, medical witness, Mrs. Ortega, forensic handwriting expert, Reed, inside access. Thursday, I filed an emergency ex parte motion using my old judge credentials. Judge Mendez granted a temporary guardianship order for Lily, effective immediately. Thursday, 8 p.m. I drove to Claire's trailer. She opened the door, eyes red. "Dad?" I played the casino recording. Her face crumpled. "They said they'd kill me." "You sold your daughter." I handed her divorce papers, pre-signed by Mark's lawyer. "Sign, or I testify you're an unfit mother." She signed, sobbing. I left without a word. 11:55 p.m. Fog rolled off the water. Ramirez and I crouched behind crates. Reed's team, honest cops, waited 2 blocks out. A van pulled up. 2 men dragged Lily out, hooded, wrists bound. My heart stopped. I signaled. Ramirez live-streamed to the DA's secure server. Salazar stepped out, counting cash. Kids worth double in the city. Reed's team swarmed, guns drawn. "Freeze, state police." Chaos. Salazar reached for a weapon. Ramirez tasered him. Lily screamed my name. I ran, cut her bonds with my pocket knife. She clung to me, shaking. "Grandpa, I knew you'd come." Monday, 9 a.m., County Courthouse. Packed. I wore my old robe, borrowed from storage. Judge Mendez allowed me to assist prosecution. Evidence table. Casino audio, forged custody docs, warehouse livestream, Lily's medical report, Salazar's ledger, seized. Claire testified. Immunity for cooperation. I was desperate, but I chose wrong. Salazar's lawyer tried character attacks. I cross-examined. Me. "Mr. Salazar, explain the $10,000 wire to my daughter dated the day you tattooed my granddaughter." Salazar. Silence. Jury deliberated 42 minutes. Guilty. Trafficking, fraud, assault. Mayor Delgado resigned by noon. Reed. Promoted for turning state's evidence. Lily moved in with me. First week, nightmares every night. I sat by her bed, reading To Kill a Mockingbird. Ironic, but it helped. 3 months later, she baked cookies, burnt the first batch, laughed for the first time. Claire entered rehab, sent letters, "I'm sorry," on every page. I haven't forgiven. Yet. The beach house? I deeded it to Lily. We painted her room lavender. I started the Grayson Fund, legal aid for trafficking victims. First case, a 16-year-old from the network. We won. One night, Lily asked, "Grandpa, why didn't you just shoot them?" I smiled. Because justice isn't vengeance. It's light in the dark. This story is fictional, inspired by real cases. Names changed, but the pain, real. The fight, necessary. If this were your grandchild, would you break the law to save them, or trust the system you once served? Comment below. Subscribe. Share. Every view funds the Grayson Fund. God bless the broken, and God help those who break them.